Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London, England. Strongman is back. Welcome to the Strongman Classic at the Royal Albert Hall.
My knowledge of Oleksii Novikov started, I think 3 years ago, and he came to compete for a Giants Live qualifier event that we ran in Belfast, Northern Ireland. As soon as he started, I realised there was something a bit special about this kid.
This is the future of strongman. Right here, this room, right now. What a wonderful movement in World's Strongest Man.
Representing Ukraine, Oleksii Novikov.
SVD, World's Strongest Man.
That sounds good. Well, he's done it! What? You'll never get bored of hearing that.
Oleksii Novikov from Ukraine, 25 years old. We in London, Royal Albert Hall, Strongman Classic, great show.
It's 120 years since the first original strongman competition that was held here, apparently.
Honestly, I've probably enjoyed today more than I've enjoyed any other show I've watched. All the athletes really enjoyed themselves. The crowd were
Absolutely brilliant lineup, world-class athletes all in this lineup, and
I just think it was a big thing for the sport, you know, after everything with COVID.
5 really good events, 5 really entertaining events as well. So
Everyone was just really happy to be in the room together. The atmosphere was really electric.
Now I relax and prepare for competition, stretching and warm up my body. Worst events, it's axle, because I know I haven't a stomach and I have a really problem with take my axle on my shoulder.
Event 1, max axle clean and press.
Yes, we're going to start quite heavy because these guys are all so strong. Simple as that, really. So we're starting at 170 kilos, and then we're going to jump straight to 190, and then we're going to 205, which will really sort the guys out. And hopefully, someone will be left in to try for a world record, which will be 217.
You really can't count out Novikov, especially after World's Strongest Man performance. He's going to be hungry, and he's going to be looking to get a little bit of redemption.
I hope to win, and I will do all for this. Event 1, axle for max. It's one of the worst my event, but I hold second, third place. It's really good for me. I don't do 205 because I feel really strong pain in my knees. So that's why. But if
someone take my shoulder, maybe I push it.
I would say as far as the max axle clean and press, I would definitely say that if he gets the record, then that's something that he can definitely use to make the argument that he has the strongest shoulders in the world. If, in my personal opinion, if you have the strongest shoulders in the world, then you should have the record in every shoulder press. That's my opinion.
Come on, baby, take your time. Take
Come on,
your
baby,
time.
you got it.
Take your time.
So event 1, max axle, for me it was sort of Biby's to lose, you know, and he proved that. Broke the world record, you know, and made it look easy as well, by the looks of it.
Aaron Biby in overhead, it's really machine. Really, it's fantastic. No techniques, only power. It's crazy. I don't know how it's he doing, but it's crazy.
Event 2, the Hercules hold, always sort of a staple event now at Giants Live.
Mark Felix.
Mark Felix.
We've got the likes of Mark Felix, the world record holder, Mark Felix.
Mark sort of single-handedly made this an iconic event.
It's to the point now where I would be shocked if he did not make another world record.
Crushing the old world record. Crushing it. That sounds like 83 seconds. A new world record.
The miracle, Mark Felix! Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So much anticipation built when this man steps between the pillars. So many times we've seen Mark Felix do something absolutely unique. Something absolutely incredible. Can he repeat tonight at the Royal Albert Hall? The beautiful backdrop of this incredible venue. Stoic is Mark Felix, and the clock is ticking away. And as usual, the man from Blackburn, England looks raw, strong, looks steady, looks composed, and looks like he has the capability to do something unique.
Neil, Mark is calculated in everything he does, every day, in the workplace, for long hours, after. The one thing he does is outwork everybody else with meticulous performance, not only on the job, but in the competitions like this. He's done so extremely well over the years. He truly is the miracle.
He breaks the minute barrier and he lost it on that left arm. And Felix tonight could not get to the environment we've seen him so many times.
45.
Heading over 50 seconds and the T-Rex will want to hang on to this. Get behind him, ladies and gents. Hang on in there, Evan Singleton. You are raising the roof here at the Royal Albert Hall.
I'm in the back getting ready for deadlift. I hear that Mark pulls a minute 4. I was pretty confident I didn't even hear that right because it's Mark Felix in a grip event. You know what I mean? So I ended up taking second in that event. I beat Mark Felix in a grip event somehow. I was under the impression, honestly, Mark Felix was just going to walk away with it. So after Biby went and he beat me by 1 second, I was like, you fucker. Third place, you know what? It's still good for this field, so I'll take it.
Not big hand, it's so short. It's like regular people. I'm regular.
not giant like Tom Stoltman, Big Z, and another really big strongman.
He was the world's strongest man. His pedigree, his cut from the highest fibre of cloth. He is an incredibly talented all-rounder. You can always look for Oleksii to be there or thereabouts.
And speaking of fiber, if you look at him up close, his muscle is extremely dense and highly trained at the ultimate level of the greatest weights. That's where you get that true muscularity and density.
Ridiculously so, mate. This guy has the body fat of a tooth. You try and wheel Oleksii as he heads into the 50-second territory.
He went to Hercules hold. I prepare for this event, but not so heavy and bigger handle. So I hold only 43 seconds. It's a bad result for me. I hope 1 minute 10. It's good for me result. It's normal. It's okay for me.
Event 3, deadlift for reps. We're going to be doing this on an axle, so it's going to be harder to grip. The straps are going to be tighter around the wrist and implement.
So the deadlift for reps is 360, I believe. The world record's 8 reps with Martin Lisses. Obviously, he's not here for this one.
I mean, it's not a conventional deadlift. It's very heavy. It doesn't bend at all. The most anyone's got on these particular implements is 8 reps. So let's see how they go on.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I don't think anybody's going to get 8 reps on the deadlift. Going by kind of how people are feeling, obviously Worlds have just passed as well, and it's going to be a tough one. Bishop, I think, may have the best chance of doing it. I think he is the best kind of deadlifter in the field. So yeah, Bishop maybe, but
Bishop's deadlift is amazing. It's like a piston in a car. It's just nothing goes wrong. He controls on the way up and the way down. Keeps everything tight. He keeps the tension in himself.
Novikov is always surprisingly pretty strong at these. There's no clear-cut winner in deadlift for reps. There's just not.
On the way we go, and Bishop is off the floor fast. Novikov on his heels. Wow, this is impressive. Metronome. Adam Bishop on fire. And he is crushing the reps here, Bill Kazmaier.
Bish, get those legs down. Use your legs, Bish. Come on, good technique, don't break down. There you go, much better.
You can see Novikov also driving those repetitions out, and good points for the man from Ukraine as he hits his 6th repetition. Bishop leads on 7, and both men asking for the time. I think Adam's had enough, and I'll bet he has. That is impressive numbers. Oleksii going to try and match it, cannot quite do so.
Event 3, the deadlift. I always had Adam Bishop to win the deadlift, and he never lets us down. So Adam Bishop won with 7 reps.
360 kilo fixed axle, absolutely minging. You actually see a lot of guys. You see a lot of guys who have pulled 400 for reps on deadlift bars, go up on that and get 1 or 2 reps. It's a really, really hard pull, and I think a lot of people don't realise as well that because they stand on the boxes, it actually sets it at like a 1-inch deficit as well. And that's before taking obviously the fact that it's an axle into account, which probably puts it in even further deficit.
I think Novikov getting 6 was the important one for him today. I think if that was the event that really made him challenge for the first place, because he's not known as a big deadlifter. He came 2nd in the deadlift against a field of really strong deadlifters. So hats off to Novikov on the deadlifts.
Event 3, deadlift for reps. Short time for warm up. Only did 300 kilos for 3 reps. That's all. And I feel my back tired. And okay, go for competition. And 6 reps. It's a good result, but I think I can more, because now I sick and feel not good. I hope next competition I can show more power and better results.
event 4 frame carry?
One of the best one in this competition it's frame carry. I fast, that's why.
You know, Bishop's got the world record for this, and I think he's going to destroy it again, but we've got the likes of Evan Singleton.
In my opinion, everybody's fighting for second. I'm taking first.
Novikov probably really wanting to prove that World's Strongest Man was a one-off, and you know he's still absolutely one of the best in the world.
If I have an event in this competition, it's going to be the frame.
Laws, if he's on form, he could do it. So there's going to be a lot of guys that can break this world record, and it's going to be exciting to watch. This is an event that 4 or 5 people can break the world record, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be a photo finish, I think.
In lane number 1, welcome the former world's strongest man, Oleksii Novikov. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go! Wow! Both men tearing down the course. Bishop gaining ground, but it's Novikov with the win. The Ukrainian with the win, and that is fast. Wow! Oleksii Novikov tears on the track. We're going to find out the time. 8-7-4 for Oleksii Novikov, Bill Casmire. Blisteringly quick pace, and the one on the night.
Event 4 was the frame carry. A lot of good frame carrying pedigree in this lineup. Obviously, Bish has the world record. I think it's 8.28 or something absolutely crazy.
I prepare for world record. I want to make 7 seconds and point something. But I made mistake in the middle distance. It's my mistake.
You know, Bish and Novikov going head to head, and Novikov just edging him out. I thought he'd break the world record, to be honest, when he picked it up and set off running, but wasn't to be today. But still, an absolutely blistering time that would have won.
Novikov and Bishop, it was a really good race. Novikov, just another special event for him. He's very, very fast and very hard to beat.
Maybe next competition where frame carry will be, I can beat this world record. I hope.
Firstly, welcome to the UK, mate. It's great to have the former world's strongest man here.
Thank you. Thank you all. It's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oleksii Novikov, former world's strongest man. What an incredible performance that was. So
Event 5, the Atlas Stones, they put in the 100 to 180 set, you know, because everyone's banged up after World's Strongest Man. And
The Castle Stones, the strongman staple. I mean, if you're going to be a pro strongman, you better be good at stones.
With the likes of Tom Stoltman, I mean, if he's sat at the top, then you may as well just go home, because I think the only person that can beat Tom Stoltman on stones is Tom Stoltman.
If you're going to talk about pro strongman and you're going to talk about stones, everybody's first thought is going to be Tom Stoltman.
So event 5, Atlas Stones. Yeah, Luke Stoughton might get the world record in this one.
If everybody has one event that they're just untouchable at, it's Tom and Stones.
Is he the best stone lifter to ever grace this sport? I think he is.
But the crowd is the thing that will help us this time as well. You know, 18 months no crowd, and you want to put a show on for them. So Atlas Stones, you know, I'm not going to get beat. If I get beat Atlas Stones, I'll retire, say it here now, but I want to kind of smash it. I want to get as close to that world record as I can. Let's just see it.
Underway and sprightly over the ground. It's the Albatross, Tom Stoltman, the king of the storms. And Gavin Bilton fired that one up also. Tremendous effort there from Stoltman. Tom, there it is! And it's a big finish for the Albatross. Dramatic effort there from Tom Bilton. Still fighting through this fourth stone. Taking his time, the roof will come off if Gavin Bilton can't get this.
Event 5, Atlas Stones. Tom Stoltman's Atlas Stone record. He's only ever been beaten once in his career, I believe, at this level, by Martins, when Martins was world's strongest man.
Tom Stoltman did like 16.9 or something like that, and he fumbled the last stone as well. So just goes to show how kind of far ahead he is on the stone lifting.
So Tom, under 17 seconds again, world of his own.
Events 5, Atlas Stone. I really nervous before this event because the last events, and I must show good concentrate and focus, and I can't make some mistake because I lose my point and I lose win.
2 representing Ukraine, rated up for Oleksii. Here we go, listen for the whistle from Darren Sadler. It is all Novikov sprints for the far side. The first one is on. A T-Rex Evan Singleton pulls back for the second. There's the third. Blisteringly quick from the American.